Welcome to SmallFryUnify, the Daily Fix with me, Sean Paul Johnson. This is Daily Fix 45. Can you believe it? 45. That's even with me going up north and taking a couple of days off here and there. So we're at 45. That's crazy. Anyway, guys, today it's just a quick one, a really quick one, because I'm exhausted. I don't know if anyone's got the same as me, but it seems everyone at my work here, Lindsay included. By the way, I want to give Lindsay a shout out. She always helps me, not always, but she helps me on a lot of occasions setting the camera up and making sure that the focus is on properly. So if it's out of focus, it's Lindsay's fault. But Lindsay normally helps me with that stuff. But yeah, I want to tell you a couple of quick stories. Anyway, I was saying at work, everyone feels like they've got that kind of sunstrokey feel where they feel exhausted. So I came back from work today. I thought I'll go home, I'll do some cleaning up and tidying and stuff. And then I basically fell asleep for a couple of hours and I woke up feeling like exhausted. So I'm down in the studio just for a quick stopover, do the daily fix for you guys. Just touch upon a couple of different stories. By the way, if anyone's in the chat, I'll try and see it a bit. It's like I'm kind of just trying to do it whilst I'm looking away from the camera. Anyway, first story I want to tell you about is there was a thing online today about Nintendo is getting potentially sued. There's a copyright thing on Nintendo for copying the Switch design, the controller design, and it's by a company called, I'm just getting the name, Gamevice. So they made a device for your tablet or your iOS device, and it looks like it goes over the sides, and then you've got joysticks with the control sticks and the buttons and everything. So they're trying to claim against Nintendo and that, but it's like, well, it's not really the same. I'm pretty sure there's not even a legal kind of standing with that. Surely that would just be classed as a different use. You know, the fact that one goes over a screen, one goes on the side of the screen, as in it slides in. So there's a difference there. Also, I don't know if they're doing it based on the design, because if they're doing it based on the design, the actual picture that I seem to see looked very similar to a Game Gear. And I think, is it really possible to claim on something like a controller? Because every controller looks like another controller. So I don't know if there's any sort of kind of claim there on the design, the look of it on an aesthetic level. It'll be interesting to see it. I think it's one of these ones Nintendo will counter that claim, and they'll win it, and the company will win nothing. It's just one of these kind of patent troll things. But we'll see. It's an interesting one. They obviously made that, voice went funny there, they made that device like a while ago, so I think it was back in 2012 they made it, and obviously the Switch has probably been in production or thinking about it for a while now maybe, but probably not as far back as that. So I'll be interested to see what Nintendo does with that. Good news for PlayStation VR owners. Now, the PlayStation VR, when we got it, it was £349.99. We then had to buy a camera, which was about £50, and then we had to buy our controllers, which were about another £50, but we managed to get a couple of friends, so it would have cost us about £400 to £450 to get that all in. Well, it looks like there's now a bundle that's going up for sale, and it's about $300, and with that $300, you're getting everything included. So you're getting the controllers, the camera. I think it comes with the controllers. I'm just going to double check that. Let me just double check. Well, actually, maybe it's just the camera. Maybe you don't get the controllers, but you get the camera and you get 3 games as far as I'm aware. So it's Rush of Blood, Riggs, and VR Worlds. VR Worlds, you know, we've played that. The London Heist, Lindsay loved that one with the shooting, and it's got some other ones like the deep sea one, Ocean's Descent, and what's the one that I really liked? The one where it was like the space one. It was really cool, where you're in like a mech thing, and I thought it felt really, really cool. Anyway, you get those games for free. So for $300, I don't know if they're going to do something similar here in the UK, but if you're in the US and you're on the fence about getting a VR headset, it's maybe a good time to jump in, because all you're going to need is motion controllers to get the full experience, and you can probably get them a little bit cheaper now that it's been out for a while, because prices skyrocketed on the controllers for a while, but now they're probably a little bit cheaper. But $300, that's going to be about £250 here in the UK. £250 for VR. That's it, starting to push into the kind of mass consumer impulse buy area. Maybe it's a little bit too high, but £200 is probably the mark, the tipping point. So £250 with the games and the camera kind of is like that. It's about £175 if you took those away. So really, really cool price. And yeah, some great games now. There's so many games now in the PlayStation VR. I'm struggling to catch up. We've got Star Trek, Farpoint, Resident Evil 7, amazing game. And we've got all the ones I just mentioned, Riggs and all that kind of stuff. I've got other ones as well, but my brain can't even think about them. So yeah, lots of cool games already on PlayStation VR and coming to the platform. So if you're ready to get, now's the time, people, now's the time. So the last story I want to go over was, the Twitch streaming. Now, Twitch has released an app for the Mac. I was testing it out earlier, so I'm going to give that a shot. It's kind of difficult because I want to stream to several different things when we do the live streams. One is obviously YouTube. That's probably where we've got most of our people right now. You guys watching it, obviously we're on YouTube right now. So that's kind of where I've been focusing on. But I have started to kind of test Mixer. That's Microsoft's streaming service. It was called Beam before. I talked about it in one of the daily fixes. And yeah, we've been kind of testing that, but it's a little bit awkward to use. I'm finding that a lot of these streaming services, they're really overconvoluted. They've got menus all in different areas, and a box opens here, one opens at the bottom. It's just kind of all over the place. I don't know who's designing these things. They're obviously morons, but anyway. So I've been testing the Mixer one and doing that whilst I've been streaming to YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. But we did used to do YouTube and Twitch. They were the two big ones we did last year, or the year before even, when we were streaming several times a week, and they seem to work quite well. Now that they've got the native app for the Mac, and because I'm having to go through a temporary solution until I can get a graphics card sorted or a capture device sorted, then I might start doing that with Twitch again, so we can maybe have Twitch and YouTube. Because I think Twitch, it's still maybe one of the ones that's got more sort of kind of streaming gamers. I think YouTube's still refining their thing. It's just that we've got more viewers on YouTube, more subscribers, so it makes sense to go where the people are. So that's why I've kind of stuck with YouTube. But let us know in the comments if you want us to test Twitch again, streaming to that as well. And I can maybe do Twitch and YouTube, and we can see how that goes, and maybe try and see if we can get a Mixer in there as well. When I do go back up to where I'm moving to at the end of the month, I'm going to have to get the internet connection sorted out. I have to look into that because it's probably going to be, I don't know if it's going to have the same connection, but I'll have to get that sorted out, and then we're going to see how good the connection is for streaming to multiple services at the same time. Or maybe we just look into it where we do one stream to one service one day, a different stream on another day to a different one, so we can mix it up, the content between the channels. And then like Twitch, you can always copy the stuff over to Twitch, and I think you can do the same from Twitch to YouTube, so maybe we can just mix them up. Maybe I'll save it to the desktop and then upload to different ones. But yeah, I've got to work that one out. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Guys, I'm going to dive off just now. It's the weekend, obviously Friday. I'm still going to do the stream with Brandon, and I'll maybe do that tomorrow. We'll see. I don't think there's anything on in the studio, but it's just getting the setup for, because I've not got the setup here, and yeah, I think if I'm just playing it online, maybe not a live stream, but maybe if I'm just playing the game just to test it first, see how that goes. I might have to try and borrow Lindsay's studio again and set it up there, because that's quite a good setup when you get it right. I might actually do a video on that as well, showing you guys how I've got it in the tripod. I'm using one of the spare, well not a spare, but I'm using one of the tripods for the secondary camera. We've got Cam 2, and I just put it in there because I'm not using that during the live streams, and I've got the little camera on top of that, and I can adjust the height and move it and twist it around. So although we never got it perfect on Wednesday, it's much easier to manipulate. Obviously whilst we're live streaming it's a little bit difficult, but I thought I actually had it in the right position until Lindsay started getting that box all over the place. So I'll try and fix that for next one. Anyway guys, that's it for this daily fix. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. What's your plans? What games are you looking forward to? I think Sonic Mania just came out. I'm going to check that out myself. I'm going to download the Double Cross, Monster Hunter Double Cross demo from the Japanese eShop. Give that a shot, even though it's in Japanese. I'll try and wing my way through it just to have a wee shot and see what it's like. Anyway guys, take care. Hopefully you have a good weekend. If there's any updates, I'll post them on the Facebook channel if we're going to go live for anything bonus content. And I hope you have a good weekend. Remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. And thank you for watching.